This episode of Dungeons and Dorkheads is brought to you by Green Man Gaming. Head down to the link below to get some fantastic deals on video games and shop with confidence, knowing that every game on this site comes directly from publishers and you get a fantastic deal in the process. Not only that, this video is also brought to you by XSplit. Head down to the other link down there and get in on the fantastic family of products that XSplit has to offer, including XSplit Broadcaster, which is a fantastic program for live streaming, video recording, and even making this video that you're watching right now. Head down to the link below. And let's not forget, this show wouldn't even exist if it wasn't for the great people making Foundry Virtual Tabletop. Head down to the link below. Foundry Virtual Tabletop is perfect for all of your virtual tabletop needs. It's very easy to set up, very easy to mod, very easy to get all of your game systems working, including D&D 1st Edition, D&D 5th Edition, Pathfinder, Fallout Pen and Paper, even Bunkers and Badasses. Head down to the link below and try out Foundry Virtual Tabletop absolutely free. And last but certainly not least, we need to give a big shout out to the folks at ForgottenAdventures.net for their dedication to the craft of map-making assets, virtual tokens, battle maps, Clip Studio brushes, and builder packs. All available on ForgottenAdventures.net. Link down below in the description. Hello, dorks, dorkheads, and everyone in between, and welcome to tonight's episode of Dungeons and Dorkheads.
Wow, amazing.
Yes, wonderful, fantastic, unbelievable how you guys did that again.
It actually was me using the new priority talk button to silence everyone else.
Amazing, beautiful.
Yeah,
We
can you
just
imagine
gave
this
that to you,
amazingness?
and you're already abusing it.
You better believe I'm abusing it. It's because I'm the most important person to talk in the room.
Dungeon Master pilled.
Maybe you should try running your own game sometime.
So, yeah, what do you guys think of the new, pre-edited, sponsorship bits?
Hunter will
Amazing.
do a not
Amazing.
edited one until we convinced him
Beautiful,
not to.
amazing, incredible.
I mean, it's a shame that we can't have commentary and all of the amazing deals and amazing partners that we have, but those we definitely can just add in post so that we can give you more amazing content.
XSplit is genuinely good, by the way. So check out
I-
that link.
I'm not saying anything's bad. I'm saying everything is amazing because
I'm
there
not
are
being
amazing sponsors.
sarcastic. I'm just.
I'm not being sarcastic. I'm just being an asshole. I mean, what?
Exactly.
We're gonna
I
lose
mean-
all of our sponsors.
Hey, that's not my fault this
Dude,
time.
most
I have no
sponsors
idea what's
don't
going
care
on.
if
It
you're
is
sarcastic.
entirely your
Alright,
fault this
anyway,
time.
so getting into session.
Yes, I would.
So getting into session, everyone. Hunter, if you could give us a recap.
Oh, you don't have a couple of things to say before we do that? You usually do.
Oh, we can add that in post.
Please, no. Just say some things.
Alright. Well, anyway, I put a lot of effort into this next arc, and hopefully you'll start seeing some of that paying off. Once again, I do thank everyone for arriving, and all of our amazing viewers who have made it this far into the campaign, invested in all of these gallivanting heroes, and all of my gallivanting heroes returning once again for another session into the four-way of Adia.
I'm being held against my will.
Good.
Are we gonna have chance to shop this session? I need like one
Please,
thing.
God, no.
We were just shopping,
You-
you fuck.
You legitimately do not have time to shop this session. Actually,
Okay.
you're in the middle of political negotiations
Yes.
and have a fucking world to save.
Okay,
Yes.
that's fair. I guess
Wrong.
we'll go straight into the recap then.
Please do.
So, where we left off, ladies and gentlemen, we were facing off against a great evil. Now, in order to face off against this great evil, we need allies. And those allies are in the form of one of these cities on the world map, Kachel, the closest thing the orc lands have to a capital. So, we've been on the road for a little bit. Sandra's arm now glows for various reasons involving a very large dragon and other very stressful things that are not exactly relevant to the current arc, but might be in the future. And then, we were granted an audience with the chieftain of Kishel, the closest thing the orc lands have to a king. And that's where we left off. And then they met me with silence. That was my fastest intro ever. Thank you.
Alright.
You okay there? What's going on?
Spider!
Ow. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. It just crawled on my arm. It's a wolf spider.
Oh boy.
Oh, I love those.
So, actually getting into session, you arrive in the capital of Cassel. The large antechamber throne room stand before you. You all standing, some of you chieftains being assessed by another chieftain, some of you guards and retainers of the now chieftains you find amongst you. All of you in a strained political situation. The chieftain, eyeing both of the other chieftains in front of them, leans back in their chair. So, why are you here?
As Dante, I give a courteous bow before I speak, and I say, we have come because there's a great evil coming to this land, and it will eradicate everything. And we need all the help we can get. And we are here to talk with you about rallying more and more troops, anybody, to try to stop this. We have mind flayers, an army of mind flayers, and we need to do something about this. They've already infiltrated.
The chieftain looks at you. A moment passes where they don't say anything, reading you up and down. Well, you, both of you, are the armies of Ukavram. We, here in Corsel, we shall assist by not getting in your way, by continuing the trade and commerce, and the logistics that require.
Are you kidding me? We need all the help we can get. Do you have any idea how bad mind flayers are and how many there are?
I mean, there's probably other ways.
We are not warriors. We are merchants. You have the armies. Any who would be fighting are with you. The only thing left are my guards and the town guard that keep the peace. A strained peace, might I add. With the nearby war going on, there have been thieves running amok. If I send more to your war effort, this town will turn into a den of thieves and burn to the ground. You have my support. If you need anything besides soldiers, it is yours. But if you are here looking for additional fighting men, women, casters, anything, you will find naught.
Not exactly what I would have expected from a capital. I assumed the capital would have its own rally of troops, but I see now that is not the case.
I go ahead and
But any help is definitely appreciated. Anything that we can get,
I'm a bit
we'll be more than
curious
happy to.
about- You say there's a current battle going on?
The war that took place between the chieftain just looks at Dante.
No.
From what my reports have been brought to my ear, there was miscommunication, and in recompense, you were granted audience and were not slain on the spot.
Which I thank you for, as there was a big misunderstanding and a lot of misinformation spread about, me becoming chieftain and how things went when it came to Chaldrill.
And the utmost apology brought. You must understand that the influence of Orzur was not understood, being one of the major pillars of Ukavrong. They were a well-trusted ally, but now all trade with them has been cut, all communication stopped.
Oh?
No one will be going down the nearby road. The golden path is golden no longer.
Is there anything we can do to remedy that?
Well, clearing Orzur and restoring a chieftain well of worth that is not a corrupt illithid bent on murdering the populace and destroying the world.
Well, that is what we're working on. That's why we came to you guys. We need all the help that we can get, because mind flayers are no joke, and they've already been infiltrating quite hardcore.
Well, we do and will greatly appreciate all the logistic support. Would it be possible to ask for any volunteers who'd be willing to join us, even if it's a small numbers?
Even if you have some of your retired, maybe some veterans, like the ones who have retired who may be willing to assist.
What we're
Like, they, of
dealing
course,
with is a
like, of
lack
Or
course,
of...
maybe
they are
any
more
other
than welcome to say
places that
no.
have armies available in
Better-
this region of the world.
Veterans would be able to give tactical supports, I feel.
Yes.
That's,
We found
Like,
that...
anyone who is willing to, by all means, if they prefer not to, that is perfectly fine. We are just trying to have all of the possibilities, everything at our disposal that we can get.
We found that, unfortunately, in the last regime for Bridvardos, the previous chieftain had neglected keeping the army strong. So trainers would be greatly appreciated, sir.
A call will be put out for volunteers, those who wish to assist. Many of the old veterans have been drafted back into the Guard. The rise in crime was unexpected, as was the war, but it is understood. There are many who have fled. The ferry has been taking quite a number of our populace elsewhere, hoping to find refuge within either the Dwarven or Goblin society, though those lands grow tense by the day.
Thank you.
that's, Why are those lands also getting intense? What's going on?
If one has not been informed, the rising tension between the kobolds and goblins and the dwarves, one too many tinkerer has experimented a bit too much with this new gunpowder. And their refined mining tactics have led to quite the number of death and collapse of mine, and talks of a new war to quell the new interest within the kobolds and goblins. The dwarves yearn for war, yearn for recompense, for the miners buried deep underground, all due to experiment when told not. A ban from mines did not keep those lowly dwellers out.
That does match what an old, recent dwarven friend had told us, at least to some degree. I wasn't aware it was about to expand into a war.
I'm sorry, just real quick, technical thing. You having trouble there, B?
For a second there, it said I got disconnected from the server. I just reloaded it.
Okay.
I'm back.
Tensions rise, whether it be across the river, across the coast. A madness is beginning to spread throughout the land, and it seems Adia is on a brink once again. Some say the shamans tell of something greater upon the horizon, something to rival the fracture itself.
It was mine that had told me. When I became chieftain, me and mine, Sutha, we had tried to commune with the ancients as the ceremony goes, and we did. And that's where we saw this coming great evil that just kept growing and growing, and that's when we started our rallying and moving our way through this side, the country, trying to get through to everybody to try to stop this.
Well, while I understand the need to quell evil on the outside of the walls, here in Kosel, one of the major metropolitans of Ukavron, we must quell that which disturbs our streets first.
The thing is, there will be no streets to protect should this evil come. That's why we need as much help as we can get, which I understand. We need to keep these streets safe at the same time. Some sacrifices may need to be made, although we can do our best to not have to do so. But you will not have any streets to protect should this evil come, and we cannot quell it. These are mind flayers. They will overtake the entire city easily. These are otherworldly beings, and I don't know how much you know of them, but it's not good. And I need you to understand that, sir.
Do you have regarding mind flayers?
The rumors of mind flayers have gone around, but that is something my shaman is currently looking into.
I believe our more studious band members of our band can assist with this, at least to write down
They have a much better
potentially the most
understanding.
important parts of how to deal with them and what the threat we're dealing with is.
We've already been doing excessive checks on all of our people by doing pricking of the fingers to make sure their blood is not blue. Because you never know when they might
that one's debatable.
That one's debatable, yeah.
Checking to see if there's anything has changed people's behavior, if they're acting stranger than normal, if there's some kind of strange behavior or just movements.
Of course.
We'll see if we can draft something for you before we depart.
If you're saying that strange action needs to be researched, then certainly a tightening of security may be important if we wish to contain an interior menace. And I will say again, you are the armies of Ukuvron, and we are all relying on you.
We're gonna do our damnedest, I can tell you that.
Just keep some guards close to you. We had an incident in the throne room where civilians turned out to be ferocious oozes.
Yeah.
Well, as you can see, they motion to the various guards around the room, and you can see there are a number of them, all well armed, armored even, skilled warriors that truly must be the closest to this chieftain.
Just also make sure you keep an eye on making sure everyone is who they say they are.
As for support, do you think you have any armory to spare to assist with outfitting some of our band? We do have many initiates, at least for our scouting purposes, though we may need more support financially to keep our armies a bit more outfitted.
If capital is what one needs, then certainly we can see what we would be able to do. Though if one is searching for materials, armor, and the like, one should look towards Medcon. They are the ones who supply.
Zach's just gonna sort of look at Dante, sort of like, are we good on?
I'd have to check back and see again what we have. Because I wasn't able to be there for very long before I needed to depart to get to Bird Verdot to see you guys. And who knows, but that previous chieftain was obviously not a very good one, so who knows what he had done.
Well, he definitely tried killing something above his weight, and things are where we are now. We can only move.
Yes. It's just he didn't seem to be of the most reasonable of people, so there's no telling what he could have done with any of the materials, or if he even bothered to stock up on anything that could have been needed. Because he was very careless. And he should not have taken me
dungeons or
on.
caves nearby that would have like minerals and whatnot?
Do we have any burning oil?
Resources.
As for nearby caves, besides the one near Orzir, the Dwarven Mountains across the river. If one is looking for oils, then certainly some could be procured.
Yes, please.
Do you know the amount of blacksmiths that you have?
Yeah, that's a good point.
We have some within our small blacksmith guild, but most make way to Medcon.
I hear you, I hear you.
We have what is required for maintenance. Cosel is primarily a trade town.
Of course.
Much import and export throughout Ukuvron. But with that said, we will do our best to see what we can muster for you.
It is greatly appreciated, and I thank you again for the audience with you at such, short notice, as this is a very pressing matter.
It is good to see Cassell has not been compromised, as I feared earlier.
Yes, well, if there is no other business to be done, allow me to grant you rooms at the Crested Chambers. the grandest inn in Kosel, one where merchant princes book stay. It is one of the most well-protected areas.
Hey, that is very kind of you. We greatly appreciate that.
I only apologize that I cannot prepare the apartments within my capital for you, but
That is quite all
best.
right.
You'll be
good
shown
that
the
you're
greatest of
honest.
hospitality.
Just the fact that you are being this kind to us is more than appreciated. It's better than how things went at Chaldro.
This one has heard many things about adventurers and the like in Chaldrill. It is not terribly surprising, the outcome.
Yeah. Well, can't help it sometimes. But still, thank you.
With
Out of
that,
character, Steve. Oh. Did anything seem off about our guy?
about
I
who?
assume we came off quite genuinely, but
Like
the chieftain.
the chieftain? If you want to go ahead and roll an insight check, you may.
Yeah, just he felt pretty good to me. Okay, sure, but in terms of actual observation, all right, Zach, you have like nothing. Let's see what you get.
I'd like to roll that as well, actually.
Go for it.
Not bad.
Honestly, I've been doing nothing.
Why did you do a plus
I might as
0?
well just do it.
That's all Zach has for wisdom. It's a 0. He's a warlock, or they're a warlock.
Oh,
It's
that's
just
fine.
How's a 22 for you?
We got the same roll. You just have better stats. Good for you.
Thank you.
So, as everyone more or less examines the situation, examines the chieftain, the genuine, you feel the want to help. They certainly are not, adversarial with you, not trying to kill you, etc. But the concern for their town, you can tell, is first and foremost. Zach, while you're not able to entirely read terribly much off of them, Sandra, you know self-preservation, and you know that this chieftain, while relying on you, is mostly relying on keeping their town stable. If push comes to shove, their main goal is protecting their clan.
Good. Well, in that case, Zach has no objections to anything. We're good.
Yeah, no objections.
Going along with what he had offered, then.
The chief waves their hand and the doors are reopened for you. You are allowed to leave, and you can see an escort waiting for you to take you to the crested chambers.
I do one more courteous bow before leaving.
They give you a curt nod out of respect, and as you make your way out, you see them stand and begin making their way out one of the back doors, likely to a private chamber of their own.
Oh,
Well, that was better than expected.
the moment he's
Yeah.
out of earshot, Demir just like slumps and goes, "Ah, finally!" and rubs her eyes.
You okay?
You too, huh?
God, that was so fucking dull.
That's kind of how this
Con-
works.
Dante
That's
Dante laughs
politics.
to himself and just kind of nudges at Zach. Hey, at least didn't get attacked on sight.
I don't want to jinx it, but I was kind of hoping for a little more action. I'm sure we'll figure out. I'm
no.
sure we'll suffer in Urzer, though.
We have to go
Dante
fight
playfully
Orzer,
whaps
so-
the back of Zach's head. Ah, you.
They honk.
If you're concerned, I could put.
Demir quickly writes down the honk and slap.
So, should we rally our people to take on Urzer in the coming days, or?
Obviously.
I guess.
I'll need to send word and figure out exactly what we have going on at MedCon right now, because who knows what kind of mess it was in when I got there.
To be sure, the numbers I have are mostly for defensive purposes, so we should probably keep them in the... At least keeping an eye on stuff. Yeah. That's gonna be figured out later. In the meantime... Ugh.
I'll say it. Do you think the spike in crime was partly our fault?
Oh, totally.
Oh, totally.
I didn't expect the paladin to actually opt for that one, but
Still can't believe you guys
Okay,
are in with
Wait,
the
Paladin?
guild.
At least we
Yeah,
can be
we are.
honest about that.
we had a paladin
yeah, that-
working with us.
There was a paladin here before you.
He
Say-
seems extremely disgusted by the prospect.
It was weird. I guess I got him to be okay with me getting some zombies and stuff, but like he wasn't so okay with I don't know.
I still can't believe you guys are, practically in bed with the Thieves Guild at this point. It's quite disconcerting.
Well, I mean, that's concerning, so,
What's so concerning
It's
about
kind
it?
of a love-hate relationship.
yeah, this is-
Regardless, it's a relationship, and I don't appreciate
Mostly
it. but
hate.
I will tolerate it.
I mean, this
If it makes
To
you
be
feel
fair,
better,
we-
it's mostly hate.
We'd been
So
given a
it's really
very
hoping
different
Eric
view of
gets, you know,
things.
I was really hoping
I
they were
understand.
just
I've
robbing
I've needed
so
to
we can get
take
their
out
supplies,
quite a few of
but-
them.
Yeah, I'm starting to understand why now.
I've already needed to take out quite a few Thieves Guild members just
Yeah,
because of them being god awful people.
Wild
our
question.
interactions
Did one of
resulted in
them?
steadfast.
Wild question. Did one of them happen to be a cat?
I don't keep track of exactly
I
who.
was not keeping track of the people.
The name Eclipse doesn't ring any bells. Nah.
I don't believe so. No. I didn't really get many names because a lot of times it's like I'm bunking with people. I'm traveling the countryside and I'm staying with some of the poor people. Like they'll let me go with like in their barn or something like that. But then some fuckhead thief tries to steal the one thing of value that they have when these people are destitute. You bet your ass I am defending them. And hey, fucker wants to try to pull a knife on me. All bets are off. I've already murdered a couple Thieves Guild members because of them trying to do shit like this. Like, they can go and steal from other fucking people if they're gonna be like this, but when I'm trying to help out and just be a kind person to these destitute farmers and any other person in between,
Yeah,
like
they get
wood
screwed
mills,
up
I am not
nowadays.
gonna tolerate them stealing the one thing of value these people have.
Like, the only time I would accept thievery is if the people they're stealing from are terrible, terrible people.
Yes, I have no qualms with stealing from those who are hoarding the wealth and refusing to share, but only in times where it is needed. But otherwise, the Thieves Guild, they have no moral compass. They don't care what they take in
Yeah.
from who and how it affects them. They don't
Yeah.
care. And it makes them bad people.
I think on the way we could deal with them, right?
I mean, we'd have to pay up. We would have to pay them to not, steal. Here, at least.
Well, enough talk of questionable monsters. I'd rather see what's going on with these suites. I've never been in a place quite as nice as this.
Yeah. Well, shit, probably been so nice rooms back at home.
So,
High society is scary.
It's
Boring,
boring.
no idea.
as everyone makes their way out of the capital, the mini castle mansion that it is, you are led not terribly far away. You can still tell that you are in the nicer district, and you can see there are a number of buildings, but you are led to one that, true to its name, you can see that the rooftop has a number of crests with gigantic paned windows. And as you make your way in, they hand a missive to the receptionist, who they are in a finely tailored suit. You can see this is actually a half-elf behind the counter, almost as if being part elven is making one more fanciful. And they give a nod. The guards excuse themselves, and they give you a curt smile. Right. Well, you are to be given the royal chamber. Were you to be heading to bed immediately, or rather having a meal prepared? One just need ring the bell of service, and there will be one to attend.
There's a bell?
Say thank you kindly. I appreciate it.
Where's the bell?
The bell is within the chamber. If
Demir leaves
You,
in the middle of talking and goes to the chamber.
you have not been given a key or anything, you just kind of walk down the hallway, and they
I'm a smart cookie. I know where a royal chamber could be.
Oh, dude.
So, as Demare walks off, she looks to the rest of the party. Right. Well, if you all would like the key, she reaches under the counter and grabs a couple of keys for you. And as you were expecting, brass keys of some sort, you're instead handed almost what looks like a tag. It's a piece of leather with a symbol pressed into it. And those of you who are more magically attuned can sense a very, very slim bit of abjuration magic. And she begins escorting you down the hall, and sure enough, Demare is standing around the right area, but the room obviously does not open. The door does not have a door handle. And as the attendant approaches, she steps next to Demare. Oh, if you'll excuse me. And
As she approaches, I would like to note that Demir is actually searching through her bag of holding and pulling out some woodcarver's tools as she turns and just huh? And she has a hammer and screwdriver in her hands.
No, not again.
No.
Whoa, what's up? She turns to the party.
The tools away.
I'm getting into our room. She
We
says
have
as she gestures the
keys.
tools to the
The mayor,
door.
I swear I will tie you up.
We do have keys now.
Oh, you got the key? Sweet. She puts them
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
Took you long enough.
right. Well,
Did they forget to put doorknobs on these? Or?
the attendant pulls out one of those strips of leather, and just as she gets close to the door, she more or less points it at it, and the wooden door fades away. And just a vast room is in front of you. With the time of day, the moon has begun to rise, and you can see it perfectly within the large window.
Ooh,
The-
this place looks nice.
Magic never fails to surprise me.
So, if one would like a tour, this one may certainly be able to show the group around, or if
Where's the bell?
there are a number of bells. The general service bell is here by the
There's
door.
more than one bell? She
Of
seems more
course.
excited.
Oh,
There is the bell for bartending. There is the food service bell. There is bells for each of the rooms that you will be staying in. If you require help dressing, undressing, if you wish to be tucked in, anything that you may need. Water. The variety of unseen or seen servant can be requested with just the ring of the bell and a note of intention.
Huh. Well, do we need a tour, guys?
I have a
I'm
question
sure
of
I can fire it, yeah.
how big of a bathtub do you have?
Well, if you are interested in the private baths, they can be brought to the room if you are looking for the group bath. That is down that hallway, a couple of stairs down, but the spa chamber itself, hmm, I would say it could fit most of your party. Retainers maybe not included.
All right,
Hmm.
sounds good. Sounds good.
Spacious.
Hey, thank you very much.
If you'd like the tour, this one certainly may be able to, or if
I
one
want
would
the
like
tour.
to.
I say I'm down with the tour.
Right, of course. Well, then here, within the general antechamber, is the lounge. The moon view window is here, and if one wishes, the attendant picks up a bell that is sitting on one of the side tables, gives it a ring, and the ceiling itself fades out of existence. And you can just see the moon and sky as if there was nothing above you. You still feel a almost lack of temperature change as you notice that the interior of this room is at a perfectly comfortable temperature that you almost don't realize the weather before noticing the juxtaposition of being outside but not feeling the cool night air. They give another ring and you hear a slight and a breeze of the night wind begins blowing into the room, as if the windows themselves, while not apparent, have opened again. And if one just thinks of what they may want, she gives a light ring, and you see a cupboard open at the side of the room, and a bowl of grapes floats out and sets itself on the center chamber. Right. So, if one requires fruit, refreshment, the like, this main room, you do not need to go to the bar to get serving. If one just picks up one of the bells upon one of these side tables, gives it a ring, and knows in mind what one intends, then it shall be brought. But if one does wish to go to the bar, it is right over here. And following more or less to the right after you enter, on the right back corner of the room, you can see a fully stocked bar with a just variety. You can see fine elven wines, some mini kegs, a bottle that you noted being something more intense that Dothric had imbibed previously. A full cabinet is there, as well as what you see is what one would assume to be an icebox, a private cooled box to store a variety of refreshment. It's the bar itself has some empty bowls where one would assume some snacks would be. Right. And if one would go to that hallway, she points to a hallway that is next to the bar. There is the study, the library, as well as one or two of the rooms. And if you go that way, she motions to the other side of the room. There are more rooms, and at the end of the hall, if you would follow me, please. She begins heading down that hallway, the bell being set down upon the side table, and the room more or less returns, the ceiling and window. You hear the of the windows flipping shut again. As all of you follow her down, the doors, when you are walking past, open themselves, and you can see within fine four-post beds, wardrobes, changing screens, a small wash basin, and a quite sizable amount of amenities. If one were to request, one of the unseen or seen servants will be there to give a massage. The massage tables are built within the walls, though one would not be able to see until one rings the bell with intention. But all the way down here, she slides a wooden door to the side, and you can see some stone steps. She begins walking down the stone steps, motioning for you to follow. And as if underneath all of the rooms, a warm heat, a moistness begins to rub against you. As you walk deeper down, you can see what looks to be a hot spring underneath the room that you are staying in. So, here is the, well, one asked for a bath, but I do apologize that it is more of a spring. If one would like, there are some sauna chambers there. She motions to a variety of doors built within the stone walls. And if one requires a change of temperature in the spring, once again, the bell is there. She motions to a towel where one of the silver bells sits atop.
Any temperature?
Well, yes, to an extent. It will not boil over, nor will it freeze, but if one has a penchant for, say, near a volcanic vent under the sea or near glacial waters, then certainly it can assist in those temperatures.
Oh, no, that is divine.
So, were there any parts missing? Anything additional to your liking?
Not that I can think of. This place looks great.
Hey,
Right.
I'm betting you're gonna want to go to that library. I nudge
Yes.
Nicholas.
Oh, and before I forget, the lounge area, when it becomes time for breakfast, if you require it to change to a dining table, just feel free to pick up one of the bells and give it a ring. Though, if anyone is within the lounge at that time, they may be moved to the side if safe enough to, or if one is impeding the way, then the bell will not work. But for more time than not, if one thinks of their intention and gives a ring, it shall be brought.
Magic sure is incredible, let me tell you.
Oh, well, our establishment was commissioned by one of the merchant princes from Wizard City stopping by, and a number of arcanists has put quite an amount of effort to bring the utmost service, and if one wishes for a scene servant, then we are fully staffed at all hours of the day.
Well, thank you very much. This is absolutely lovely. I appreciate it.
The elven woman gives a bow. Her shoulder-length hair begins hanging down, and you can see the sheens of golden blonde hair. It is pristine, as if the outfit must be on point as well. The vest does not have a stray string at all, and you can tell that the amount of service that is required here is ludicrous. This entire room that you have, if you could even call it a room, is finer than the entire Capitol building you've been staying in.
Goodness gracious.
Well,
I
I'm
will
gonna
be
go take
excusing
a.
myself.
And I give a kind bow back.
She,
Honk.
as she turns, she flicks her wrist. You see something appear in the hand. She waves it and disappears.
Man, guys, magic's crazy.
I think detect magic would be absolutely useless.
What?
in
Is it
here.
over? Damaris fucking snaps out of the zone out she was in.
Nicholas immediately proceeds to the library to also find out about like possession and whatnot, what could have possessed those guards from earlier,
They were possessed?
or whatever it was.
What?
I'm searching up about the blue blood.
This,
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
What is that with you guys in blue blood? I swear.
this,
I'm just curious what could have possessed those guards that we fought.
They've never come across blue blood before. They're not very
No,
Very knowledgeable
you
on
say they
demons.
like it's not you two. Demir points to Zach.
I mean, it seemed like an okay idea at first, if it fit the pattern for the immediate one time we'd encountered it. But, you know,
jumping
I
to conclusions was not a
have
good idea. That's why I want to know
a
what the
degree
blue
of
blood
knowledge in demons and dealing with such,
is. What
but
could
it
cause
didn't
those guards
occur to
be
me
possessed,
that
right?
blood
Demir
was.
seems very upsetty, or just a kind of bored, upset,
Either
of just
mind
like, are you
flayer
seriously
or-
saying this?
I mean,
Basically, we
I
were
don't
big
know if
dumb.
you're the kind
you
that was
are.
actually doing it either. I don't know about that.
Anyway, I'm going to abuse this power we've been given to Maris says, picking up her bell collection.
Great.
Okay.
Anyways, I'm just gonna walk and see what could have caused the blue blood.
Do you know which bell is for food?
And she's going to start ringing all of them sequentially to
That's
their
a
specific
bit-
uses.
That's a bit much, don't you think?
I usually break into these places, and I don't
Dante.
actually get the power to use this stuff. This is
Dante
great.
Dante just kind of sighs and wants to go and goes back up to where the room for a massage is. Well, these rippling muscles could definitely use some work.
I'm already very uncomfortable here, and you're making it worse, Demer.
So, Demare,
Sandra, come on, come get a massage.
I am like I'm wanting like a weighted hand on foot scenario. It's
you
not
mean-
willy-nilly ringing. It's just that I know what I want, and I want it all now.
okay, so first Demare, you take one of the bells. What does Demare want? What is
She wants food, water, help getting into bed, and all that stuff. Fun some servants and all that. A nice, comfy place. It's just everything. She wants to be treated like a princess
So-
right now.
as you grab the first bell and give it a ring, you suddenly see a small what one would more or less equate to like a laundry chute or a pulley delivery system in those fanciful manners. It opens up and what type of food would Demare want?
Meat.
A well-cooked steak floats
Like her
out.
specific intention is the best you've got.
Oh, so yes, a well-cooked steak along with a glass of water floats out on a platter, and then you feel yourself being picked up and almost scooped, and you just begin floating back up the stairs as you can see a knife pick itself up and begin cutting the steak itself.
She lets it all happen. She doesn't fight against the floating or anything like that.
And
And then she says, I could get used to this.
everyone just sees Demare disappear up the stairs, and you are taken into one of the rooms, placed upon the bed, and it if you wish, then it will assess. The unseen servants will begin assisting you undressing, beginning to dress for bed, as there are spare outfits if you would require, and
Yes.
getting tucked into the bed.
Yes.
And you even find yourself, levitating in the air as need be, as you are being fed.
If they try to take my arm off from me, I'm gonna stop them and then take it off myself.
Nope, they don't touch the arm.
Yeah, no, I take that off myself for bed. Yeah, I don't sleep with that thing on.
Yep, and sure enough, you are fully serviced. Before you go to sleep, they give you a massage, and then you are tucked in. Everyone else, so Nicholas, you make your way to the library, and a bit disappointedly, like, when you look at the collection of books, it is not a extremely specific collection. Like, you would require specialized anatomy books on orcs and beasts of the Underdark. And while they do have an anatomy book on orcs, it's not what would have happened if an orc were to meet the tadpole of the Illithid and the various machinations that would happen. They don't, like, they maybe have a book that might mention Illithid, but not you do not have an expansive collection here. It's more of a generalized, like, here are the 100 most popular books, with books pulled from popular genres. And it's an impressive collection for a hotel room, but it does not have the extremely specific knowledge that you are seeking.
I guess I'll just search up like possession or mind control books.
Hey, Nicholas. Do they have any smut?
Wait, is Sandra even here?
I am now.
What? What? Why? Why do you
Asking
wanna
for a
search
friend.
that stuff?
Just look for it yourself.
Yeah,
For
just
a
look
friend,
for it
you
for
say?
yourself,
Dante
but
says,
I've already
leaning
had
on
to
the
deal with
doorway.
this 1,000 times back in the Elven libraries. I don't want to deal with it again.
Well, I have this friend back in Shurthor. Her name is Selena. She's my best friend, actually, and she said if I
Sandra,
ever
is
came
that
back, bring her some smut.
Sandra, I'm pretty sure that's your fake name.
Selena? No, she's my best friend.
Oh. It
I
sound.
doubt this, but okay.
It just sounds.
You know what, Sandra, what I think
kinda
you need right now,
similar.
you need a massage. Come on, let's go get one.
Why?
Come on, you've been really stressed out. Let's go.
I'm stressed because I'm
I
here.
I literally just pick Sandra up and start bringing her to the room where the
Oh,
massages
but-
happen.
Get the
I
stick
don't
out
like
from
this!
behind her.
Come on,
Hi,
young, come on, young lady.
Sandra.
I don't like this high society. I'm from the woods.
I just give a wave to Nicholas as I walk out of the library.
Anyway, Nicholas, now that's just
Help
the two
me!
of us. Can you perhaps take a look into at least writing up, a list of what you know for the chieftain, like we said.
You mean about like the possession and whatnot?
The Illithid and the possession, yeah, just anything you know. And then I'll ask the mayor in the morning for that,
I
for
guess I
her
could
side of
write-
it.
I guess
Yeah.
I could write about influence and whatnot.
Yeah, that's it
just-
for me.
I was just hoping
Enjoy
you would
your-
have at least some book on possession or not or whatever.
I mean, yeah, just put it on your list of things. I'm gonna go enjoy my night, fucking abusing bells and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
You enjoy.
I'm gonna leave a bell here for you. Just sit down. So I don't know. Don't starve yourself. Live up a little. Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. As Dante's still dragging Sandra, like, over his shoulder into the room with where the massages happen to ring a bell to get one.
I can't believe how miserable I am right now.
Sandra, I'm trying to help you, like, just relax a little bit. A massage will help work out any of the kinks that you have, you know what I mean?
I'm not used to this high society
The
crap.
thing is, neither am I. I'm used to sleeping just on the ground in the woods and in barns and stuff.
That's
you know?
what I'm used to.
Exactly, but you have to kind of go with the flow. Come on, honey.
How are you more comfortable with this?
Thing is, I've learned to kind of just roll with it. You gotta roll with it, man. As I ring the bell to get a deep tissue massage.
To further explain, you can be either within one of the rooms or within the spa itself. Massages are offered in all rooms and the spa.
I drug Sandra to the spa.
Alright, both of you go back downstairs and begin with a ring of a bell, which you're fairly certain you saw Demare steal just about every bell, but now there is another bell there. You pick it up and give it a ring, and you can see 2 tables just drop down from the wooden walls and slide over to you to get lay down upon. And if you do, then you will be given deep tissue massages from some very specifically trained unseen servants.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it, young lady. And Dante just picks her up and throws her on
I
the
will give you
table.
all of my platinum to let me leave.
Nope, you need this. Nope, you're getting this. Come on, just relax. Just relax. If it helps, don't look over at me. Dante all fucking oiled up with all of his fucking rippling muscles.
Kind of glance over at that.
He just has to look over like, damn. And Dante's just chilling back, just having a great time like, God, I needed this.
So, a massage is given, and Nicholas is reading, Demare is getting the full course, and Zach, yourself and your retainers are just kind of like standing in the room. You can see that Torin and Raijal both kind of don't really know what to do either, because they're kind of supposed to be guarding you, but at the same time you're in arguably one of the safest establishments in town.
Zach's gonna pass them a couple of bells and tell them, just, hey, enjoy yourselves. If nothing else, I figure this is probably the safest place to take a break. I mean, this is the heart of Orkdom after all, so just, it'll be okay. If anything, I'll call you.
As you hand them a handful of bells, they give you a really confused look, and Torin looks to Raijal, and you can hear him say in Orcish, "Aren't we only supposed to need one bell?" And Raijal just goes, "Yeah, I think so, but I'm not gonna just not carry all of them like the chieftain wants."
It's just an Orcish to them. Oh, I mean, if you want to hand them out to anyone else who doesn't have one, I guess. I don't know. Take as many bells if you want. It's just the one, it's fine.
They just spawn another one when you take them. He points
fair,
to the end table that Demare had stolen a bell from prior. There's another bell there.
Wonder how many I can make. Anyway, I'm gonna just order myself snacks.
Hey, this just occurred to me, but where are my scouts?
You at this moment do not know. Though you would assume they probably are being sent to a room of their own.
Okay.
Yeah, so Zach's gonna order a bunch of chocolate cakes and pies. You ring the bell. Just take some of those and a plate to carry them with or whatever. Maybe have one of the hands keep carrying them with them. Send some clowning supplies. Basically just being party stuff, confetti. I don't know if balloons have been invented, but I guess not.
Don't know if balloons are real, but I
know
need 'em.
candles and confetti are totally a thing.
No balloons are real
Party
or
poppers
not.
Party poppers seem simple enough to make. Balloons probably not. I don't think rubber exists.
No.
I mean,
not the rubber
they, they like, made of animal skin and intestines. Yes, balloons exist. They're not as nice as you would want.
You know what? No, those work. Those are
He's a
clowny enough.
warlock. Do you think he cares?
I can't promise they're filled with helium.
They will suffice for what Zach
else,
needs.
but it's definitely not helium. No.
Damn helium balloon.
And whenever this arrives, he's gonna head over to visit the mayor with it all.
Check the shit out. I got balloon.
Yeah, as you begin ringing the bell fervently, just kind of trying to summon a ton of cakes and pie, like the door opens, a cake comes out, closes, opens, chocolate pie comes out, closes, opens, chocolate cake comes out, and you just kind of continue doing that for a while until there's like 12 cakes.
Yes.
Torin and Rajal just walk over to the bar and sit down and start watching this. Torin rings a bell and a tankard of ale is set on the counter that he picks up and begins drinking.
Dante comes out of his massage and looks in the room. What the fuck are you doing?
Preparations. Don't
I
worry
will
about
second
it.
that question. What are you doing?
The party supplies and grease paint. Where is
I
it?
was also in this room wondering why is there so many cakes and pies.
You are
and
aware
want
we have to go to
cake.
war tomorrow, right?
I need to restock. Okay.
On what?
Where are you gonna put all these?
Don't worry about it.
Dante just rings a bell to get a nice big slab of meat. Well, you do you, I guess.
Alright, how does this bell work?
Just think of what you want and ring it.
So,
Think of
Dante, as you, think of a large slab of meat, you'd expect, some form of, prime rib or something. And what comes out looks to be 2 prime ribs just slapped on top of each other to make it thicker.
Dante just laughs. I'll take it.
Sorry.
It's fucking enormous.
Sorry, I walked away for a second. I'm thinking of a nice, just a normal bowl of beef stew. Nothing fancy.
Well, give it a ring, Sandra.
And I ring the bell.
As you ring the bell, the door opens, a wooden bowl floats out, sets itself on the table next to you, and you see within a simple beef stew, a nicely seasoned broth. You can see chunks of various tubers and meat.
Okay, maybe this'll be okay.
There you go. See, don't you feel better after that massage?
No.
Well, what the fuck?
I'm still just confused how someone could be just afraid of something fancy.
Oh, trust me, I used to feel that way back in the day, but, you get used to it.
I don't get used to it.
Well,
That's
Sandra, eventually, you
right.
just kind of have to go with the flow and just kind of ride. You'll get used to it with time, I'm sure. Otherwise, if any of you aren't going to use the spa or sauna that's downstairs,
I was thinking of doing that, actually.
okay. Well, whenever you're done with that, I'm gonna be spending my night there because I'm going to be making it quite cold. I want it to feel like the ocean. Why are you taking everything to Damir's room?
Shh.
Is Demare awake?
Yeah, I'm just chilling out, enjoying this.
Just having a good time, and here comes the fucking clown parade.
Yeah.
So, Dante, as you go down and kind of settle yourself within the spa, you give it a ring, and with the want of a nice chilled underwater atmosphere, and not only does the spa itself, the room, the rising moisture ceases, and the spa itself grows cold, the comfortable cold that you're familiar to, and you can lately hear the noise of waves being made.
Dante just does a nice long sigh and just sinks to the bottom.
Oh yeah, that's just great. I didn't even get to take a dip yet.
Hey, you can always just ring it and make it warm again. I don't mind. I'm just gonna do this when I go to sleep.
You could be using.
What did you say?
Aren't there smaller tubs around the spa, if I remember correctly? Just
Dante rises back up to the surface. Sandra, you can always make it warm. I can just make it cold again later when I go to sleep.
I go ahead and I make it warm.
So, Sandra, as you ring the bell to make it warm, you can see the steam beginning to rise again, and you, removing what garment you choose to submerge yourself. And Dante, as you're expecting to, have the spa warm up, the location that you're in, it stays cold.
Yo, that's so cool!
What is?
It's still cold over here. Oh, that's crazy.
Weird.
God, I love magic.
What's my arm doing now that it's fully submerged in water?
It looks like an arm that's underwater and lately glowing.
Okay. So submerging it doesn't hurt it either. Okay.
Correct.
I'm sure your arm will be just fine.
Take a good
Well-
look at it.
I mean, it's at least a nice portable lantern. I guess lanterns are already portable, but you get what I mean.
I say Dante gets close and decides to hold Sandra's arm and just to inspect it closely.
What's up? What you doing there?
So Sandra,
Looking at it.
as Dante comes over and grabs onto your arm, you can feel a sharp cold immediately, as if the atmosphere around Dante, more or less, Dante stuck their hands in pure ice and then just grabbed you.
Oh,
It is-
dear goddess of the Feywild, you're cold.
I immediately let go.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Dante, the opposite effect happens, where you feel it very warm when you touch Sandra's arm, as if the atmosphere of the spa around you cannot actually differentiate when two people are touching.
Yo,
but-
wait, Sandra immediately
Uh, uh.
grabs her into a hug to see what happens.
Oh, dear goddess, why?
It is as cold and warm as you'd expect.
Just equal parts, just awkward warming and cooling.
Why are you
Nicholas,
doing
meanwhile,
this?
is just giggling up a storm.
Sandra, magic is crazy. Oh my god.
Why are you doing this to me? You're the one that wanted me to relax.
I'm sorry, I'm having fun. I set her back down. I thought you would be as entertained as me. I am sorry. Magic is just something I see it, but I don't understand it. It's really cool. I like it.
You ever been to Magic Heads?
No, I don't believe so.
Huh. Someone who likes magic so much, that's a bit surprising. Oh,
Well,
wait.
I know. I'm
Wait a
saying
minute.
I may like magic, and I think it's cool, but I just don't understand it. I'm not a magic user.
Oh, wait, you
Is
don't...
all.
Right, you don't know any spells, do you?
No, I do not. I know how to get really fucking
Yeah.
mad though.
You wouldn't be able to get in.
Yeah, pretty much. Hey, that's all right.
Oh, fuck you, Steve.
What did Steve do?
So, anyway, Zach, you are making your way into Demer's room with a cadre of clowning supplies.
The entire cadre. So much clowning supplies. Just check if the door's locked and enter.
It is not locked at all.
Nice. I'm gonna close behind and just
Sup, bitch?
floating a bunch of fucking
Oh,
cakes
yeah.
into the room, seeing if she's awake.
Domer is currently chilling out in her bed with her hair laid down. It is very, very big and bushy. She's in a nightgown with one arm just relaxed behind her head, and she turns and she's like, What the heck is all this for?"
Hong. Okay.
Just the mere thought of all this
You want to
cake,
learn more
by the
about
way.
clowning?
Yes, she lights up.
Here you go. Bringing stuff onto the bed just to fucking enjoy cake and discuss how the fuck everything here is used.
Don't you just eat most of this stuff?
What?
You know, all the food and stuff, like that cake.
I mean, we eat some of the cake. We could use some of the cake as weapons. This is paint.
Wait, weapons?
We have paint. We have chickens. We have
What's the chickens for?
Fun.
She grabs one of the chickens with her hand.
I mean,
and
this is a toy
inspects it.
chicken. Actually, that brings up the other thing.
She squeezes it.
I wonder if I could just, with the bell, try to summon a sedated live chicken.
Yeah, the door opens and a live chicken comes out and floats on over to you.
That's a special tool if you want to make things more fun.
What's the live chicken for?
Fun.
That seems kind of vague.
Sometimes you need to make a couple of sacrifices, you know?
Is the chicken the sacrifice? Domer
Yes.
says, "Is she?" Oh, so that's what this is. She reaches over to her arm, her detached metal arm, and then flicks a little latch on it and opens it up, and inside is a hidden dagger. And then she pulls it out.
You're well prepared.
I'm always prepared.
In sacrificial chamber going on in there.
The chicken shall be a sacrifice, apparently.
Was there anything specific to us, or did we just got a Domer does a stabbing motion to the chicken real quick and makes that noise?
Maybe paint up the chicken a bit. We got the watercolors. We got the cakes.
Are you gonna paint it?
Or not the grease paints, not watercolors. Oh, and we could also we got a bunch of balloons.
Chicken
I mean, they look a little bit
Nicholas
cheap,
just
skinny
walks over
for
like, oh my god.
balloons, but
What's a balloon?
I gotta lock the door 1 second.
Not the answer.
Before
Words
Nicholas
cannot-
comes by and fucking
Just gonna
screams.
fucking-
Words cannot describe the ungodly terror that's probably going on in that room. I say
At this
that out
point-
loud.
Domer has her journal
Try
open
not to
up
think too hard about it, Sandra.
on
Too
her
late.
lap, just like wedged between her legs, and as she writes with just one arm.
And yeah, this. Yep.
So you just gotta paint it. Like, she takes one of the paints and then just puts a dab of paint onto it.
Just gonna draw whatever you'd like on it. Maybe put some faces on it, make it look scared, make it look happy. Make it a lot
Draw
more colorful than
whatever I
a
want.
boring chicken is.
Demir takes the water paint and then goes to town. At first, it seems unsure what's going to happen, but then it becomes clear she's painting it like a pirate. It has a huge splotch of black on its eye, with just a little vest and a hat painted on. The little chicken mohawk that they have, I don't know the freaking name for it, has been painted as a hat.
Hmm.
So
Like this, she points to the pirate chicken.
The chicken itself, like, doesn't exactly resist, but certainly, isn't completely cooperative as it is a chicken.
So it's a messy pirate chicken.
That's a chicken for you.
Well, the chicken was sedated.
That's why it's not pecking us. Does this work? She points to the pirate chicken.
Yes, and yep. It's gonna see about mixing with that with some of other things. Put some confetti on it or whatnot. But yeah.
Well, just like this, she grabs a handful of confetti and then just like holds her fistful of it over the chicken and then just let's go.
You're not too attached to it now, are you? Or like
Are you kidding me? I've already named it. Its name's Samuel.
okay, but do you want it to snap its neck or should I?
I kind of can't. She motions. Well, actually, she's gonna make an attempt to snap its neck with just one hand.
All right. So as you, so you want to snap this thing's neck, right?
Yes, that is my intention.
Okay. You reach out, grab its neck, and just kind of like wrench it with your hand, trying to snap it, and you hear a like crack, and then poof. It turns into a cloud of purplish sparkles and disappears.
Is that supposed to happen?
Yes. You did it.
Wait, that was actually supposed to happen?
Yep. I mean,
What did I do?
it might not have worked, but it totally did. You did it.
Like way more frantic
Samir,
scribbling. Yeah.
You absolutely know that is what happens when you kill something that has been summoned, such as, if you used Summon Nature's Ally or Summon Monster, those types of spells where you are summoning a spectral incarnation. It's not actually a live chicken, it was magic made to be a chicken. And if it is actually trying to be like, snuffing a life, you absolutely did not. It just sent the magic back to the weave.
It seemed like it was just a magic chicken and not a real chicken.
Oh, they robbed me on it.
Hey,
All right.
Dante, did you just hear a chicken screaming?
Mm.
I lift my
Is
head
that-
above the water.
Is that interfere with our
No.
plans?
Huh.
Dante goes back to just under the water circling Sandra.
How are you circling me? I'm up against the side of the pool.
I'm going back and forth, like semicircle. Besides, you can't even see me under the water.
Why wouldn't I be able to?
It's all steamy by you.
How steamy is it?
What if I know?
Steamy enough that I can make a perception check, or
So what are you trying to see?
Dante?
I mean, it's not terribly difficult to see your ally.
You having fun there, Dante?
Dante goes up and drags her under the water.
Oh God!
I don't know how long you can hold your breath for. Let's hope it's not not too short.
What is the measurement of how long you can hold your breath in D&D?
Something dumb based on Constitution score.
I think it's a minute. There's a 12.
Of course, Dante periodically lets her back up to get another breath of air before pulling her under again and dragging her around.
Why are you doing this to me?
I stop and stand up, lifting her above the water. Because I am the predator and you are the prey, and just dunks her again.
I don't like this.
I don't like that! Dante's just having a great time. Okay, Sandra, I'll leave you alone. Just lets her go.
It's 2 minutes, by the way.
Well, hey, nice. Unfortunately for you, I can stay under there indefinitely.
Well, water, not the most comfortable thing for me.
So nice, though. Feels like a hug.
I
And you
can't
feel
swim.
weightless. But it feels so weightless and nice.
But I
And
can't.
I can teach you. I can teach you to swim.
Oh yeah. Teach the one with hooves how to be aerodynamic, hydrodynamic.
It's not about being. It's not about that. You can have hooves and still swim.
No, it's impossible. Can't be done.
What? Yes, it can.
Can't be done.
Horses can swim.
It's true.
Highly unlikely.
It is. They can swim. I've seen it.
Okay, you show me a horse swimming, and I'll.
And you'll what? Go on. Finish what you were gonna say. Dante starts eyeing her down really hard.
I don't have to explain myself to you.
Well, fine. Be that way.
I'm sorry if I'm being a bit standoffish. There's a lot on my mind.
It's okay. That's why I'm trying to take your mind off of it. Apparently, I didn't dunk you hard enough.
It's kind of hard to ignore the stuff going on when
No worries. I understand.
when your arm looks like a.
I mean, it looks really cool.
You know,
at the very least.
I don't have an analogy for this actually.
I mean, it looks really cool. It makes me think of the cracks in some of the thermal vents underwater. Whenever we're close to a volcano. Kind of reminds me of that.
Great.
What? They're very pretty. And they're very warm. It's very jarring. You get close to one of those vents when you're under the water, and it goes from just being this ice cold water to suddenly just super warm.
Sounds kind of unpleasant.
Oh, it's nice.
Isn't it really, really dark down there, though?
It depends on how deep you go, but yeah, it gets pretty dark.
Huh.
The worst thing in the world, though, because especially if you have magic users, they just can cast some light for us.
I wonder if Taz is waterproof.
What?
Taz.
What is that?
Oh, hang on. I reach over into my bag and I roll Taz out of my bag, and I activate him.
What is that?
Steve, you wanna describe this one?
So, Sandra, as she rolls the ball out and says the command word, what looks to be a decently sized sphere that is just a glass-esque crystalline ball. When the command word is said, it begins giving off light and floating into the air of its own accord, the room itself illuminating, and it a bit rough on the eyes to look at directly, but what seems to be a useful tool for adventurers. What some would know as a drift globe.
Oh, well, isn't that nice?
I named him Taz.
That's a fine name.
And I
Very bright.
reach up, grab him, submerge him under the water, and see what happens.
So as you grab the drift globe and stick it under the water, it, just glows underwater.
Okay. Taz is also waterproof. Good. And I put him back.
Well, hey, that would prove very useful. I like it.
Yeah, it's, we found him in a basement that took us a week to get out of.
Jesus, a week?
It was a very, very, very confusing basement.
I see. Sorry to hear that. Oh shit, wait. I need to talk to Zach.
Okay.
Just rushes out.
I'll go ahead and
Fuck is he?
I'll go ahead and get dressed and make my way back to the main room.
Is like Dante yelling that or
Yeah, I started yelling like, Zach, where you at?
honk? I guess we're just in the midst of like just attempted to summon an actual fucking chicken and sacrifice that and whatnot.
I go over. What the fuck are you doing?
If they ever do, it's just have a bunch more chickens attempted to be brought into the room.
So, Dante, as you
Actual
walk into the
chickens.
room,
Some dead or alive.
as you walk into the room, you see that
You're fucking with me.
you see there are a large number of cakes and pies just levitating in the room, and there's a handful of chickens, some of them dead, some of them alive, just, once walking around the room, pecking at some of the cake, and it's a bit of an unusual sight, as there are also streamers and confetti and fluorescent baubles just around. You are absolutely uncertain what the fuck is going on.
Zach?
Just seeing
Is this-
Zach
is this-
in the
is
bed
this
with
some-
the nightgown dressed demon.
Oh,
Do you
hello.
Is this
Damaris
some,
says, looking up my
like-
book.
Is this some just clown stuff again?
Demir looks
Honk.
eagerly towards Zach.
I will take
Honk.
that as a yes.
Zach just holding a fucking, I don't know, sheepskin balloon thing.
Demir writes
I
down
will
in her
take
book,
that as
"Honk."
a yes.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I just wanted to ask what what our plan for tomorrow was. I just wanted to quickly ask before heading to bed.
We should,
Because I do need to send word to MedCon once I can.
probably get our army thing figured out to come to help us take on our Zerg?
Send your arms to
Um,
observe.
I mean, I guess we can always just find out in the morning. Otherwise,
Yeah, I'm not exactly a strategist. I am a clown.
mean, if we're going to
understand.
observe,
And that-
it'd
and
be smart to
that's
get our
okay. You're
forces
great
there.
just the way you are.
Honk. If you need conniving, I could do that, but like I don't know, bring armies to our Zerg, kill their
I understand.
mega brain or whatever Xanthus had told me. Yeah,
Anyways, have you seen Nicholas?
you should read the library.
Still?
Yeah,
All right.
I
I'll
left
you lock
the
the door on your way
dining
out.
room.
Yeah, I don't know if Sandra wants to see any of this.
Could you
I
lock
will
the
do
door on
that.
your way?
As
Yeah,
I,
I got you. I got you.
as I walk by
Honk.
looking for Nicholas, do I see anything in that room?
Good luck with Sandra.
Seeing Sandra, I quickly close the door and lock it so she doesn't have to see.
Something I should know about?
Honk.
Just, You're not gonna be happy with that. I know you don't like clown stuff.
A chicken
so,
dying noise
yeah,
in the
just don't look
background.
in there. Nicholas! Nicholas, where are you?
I will
I'm
deal
in the
with that
dining
later.
hall.
Dante rushes over to the dining hall. Nicholas, I need you to show me how to use it.
Use
I
what?
bring out the jug.
Oh, that's a good question. I try to use the jug and put water into it.
All right, so you hold onto the jug. State water. Are you wanting fresh or salt?
Fresh.
All right, you state water, uncork it, and grabbing a nearby container, you hear the magic jar itself beginning to fill, and then you pour out some fresh water into the container.
Yo, that's it? That's all I have to do?
Wait,
Yep. Just say the
Oh, that's so
liquid you want.
cool.
what else will it make?
Thank you.
Anything that's not magically made, like potions and whatnot, I think.
Can I see that a second?
It could probably make oil.
Yeah, can I see that a
It-
second?
Oh, I could.
Yeah, sure.
Here you go.
Okay, just think of what I need.
State it aloud.
I say it aloud.
Burning oil.
Why would you say burning oil? Hold on, wait a minute.
Oil for burning.
You do not hear anything happening.
What about
Oil?
just oil?
Just oil.
I mean, you don't hear anything.
Huh, guess it doesn't
Wait,
make oil.
did you put the lid back onto the jar?
Is that how it works?
Yeah, I think it has to be closed.
Okay, I close the lid and, oil. Yes, no.
Dave's become awfully quiet.
You're not hearing anything change.
Maybe it just doesn't do oil.
Wine.
Man, it just does not want to.
I don't think this
Still
thing
nothing.
works.
Wait.
Nicholas,
I'll have
this
to
thing's
attune to
busted.
me. Okay, let me take
And-
another look.
Nicholas, make an Arcana check.
They're gonna have 7? 7, yep.
All right, so you thinking about it, probably once it has filled up with one liquid, it probably can't make another one. Also, it might have a number of uses per day.
Ah. Okay, so it's currently out of juice today, so we have to wait until tomorrow to use it again.
Damaris, stop it.
Got you.
I'm bored. Fuck
Alright,
off.
I'll just put it back in my bag then for now.
I might borrow that tomorrow.
Alrighty.
So, was there anything else that you wanted to, anyone else wanted to do?
I guess I'll just ring the bell for a small piece of cake,
Nicholas.
and then after a massage to put myself to sleep. Wait, what? What do you want, Sandra?
I need smut.
Why do you... Fine, I'll go look into the library to see if they have any of your...
I'd like to
Interesting
I'd like
images.
to say something and roll for seduction.
I go with Nicholas. Dante could do whatever he wants.
No, before you walk away, I want to say something. I'm gonna roll for seduction. I don't remember what. Oh, wait, that is charisma. Because I wanna turn to Sandra and go. We could always just make some. Damn it.
That is an interesting thing that has come out of your mouth. but no.
Dante just starts laughing. Well, you know where I am if you would like.
And I go with Nicholas to this library.
Okay. Rings the bell and asks for smut.
So, yeah, as you ring the bell with the intention of some materials, a book floats out and sets itself down in front of you. The cover,
Arconian maid.
while the cover is the binding of the book itself seems to be of a simple leather. The cover itself just has what looks to be a black block on the front of it.
What's the title?
It doesn't seem to have a title. It's just this big black block.
Like a sensor bar?
One could assume.
Okay.
I mean, you wanted the stuff. I got you the stuff.
Well, either smut or trashy romance novel. She's not picky. I open it up and skim a couple of pages.
As you open it up and have a look inside, you see the words, "This is not allowed in the campaign, because you said so."
Oh.
Oh my god, yeah,
right.
well now you the entire test thing, lol.
Bitch.
On a scale of
right.
1 to 10, how dirty is it? At least give me that.
It's not. It's Sandra, you don't understand why it says those words, but as you're flipping through, you don't understand the point of this book. Every page says, "This isn't allowed in the campaign." What campaign? What isn't allowed? This book doesn't make sense.
And I frantically flip through pages, like...
Oh my gosh, we banned porn.
It says the same thing on every... Are there any trashy romance novels?
Fine, I'll also ask for that. Any trashy romance novels?
A book sets itself in front of you. Smooth Sails, Smoother Sailing by Ballast McGee.
Do I
Well, there you
remember if Selena has read this one?
It's a fairly common book, so probably.
Needs something a bit more... less common. I think I own this book.
Why did you say trashy romance novels?
Because
Not a
she-
good romance novel.
Because she got me into trashy romance novels, and she said
Oh, the good one.
if I'm ever back in Sherthor to bring her something.
Rings bell again and asks for a high quality trashy romance novel.
High quality trash.
Surprisingly, nothing else comes out.
Well, sorry, Sandra, they don't have anything of high quality trashy romance novel. So I guess this is it.
Yeah, apparently this is truly the pinnacle of romance novels.
Apparently.
The pinnacle of smut apparently is just.
Hey, you're the one that
black
reads the
box.
books. You can write one up, can't you? I just slap Nicholas on the back.
I don't. I'll do a romance novel, but I'm not writing anywhere near smut. No.
Well, I just meant writing in general, just writing a romance novel. You can always just write something up.
Doesn't have to be smut, just has to be trashy romance novel.
Sure, I'll write it.
Yeah, don't worry about the dirty stuff. That's mine.
Unless you wanted to add that.
What would that be a roll for?
Coming up with a book to write.
Yeah, what would that?
Are you
what would
rolling
that-
to write a book right now?
You kind of have to. You kind of have to. It's
Nicholas is
writing.
committed.
As all of you are racking your brains, you realize, man, maybe you should get to sleep because there's a war that needs to happen tomorrow.
You know what? You know what,
Please.
Nicholas? I will deal with this later.
Thank
Alright.
goodness.
Catch you guys in the morning. Runs back down to the spa.
Character-driven stories. So, with that, everyone goes to sleep for the night. You all have your restful slumber, eat breakfast, and get on the road.
Do you want me to cut that little outburst?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, leaving the walls of Cassel, where would the party like to go?
Although we do need to see what exactly I have going on in MedCon.
Are we going south?
I'll let go. Sorry.
I mean, we want the armies over there, so like, I'd presume we'd send a message using one of the things to get them over here.
Yeah, we're gonna want to send
Like,
messages ahead of
head out
time,
to some
but I
degree.
definitely need to figure out what's going on in MedCon and what we have to work with, because I don't know how much is left after the previous guy.
I don't know what degree of micromanagement we require for that.
How quickly can we get to MedCon?
Do we need to get the medcan, or we could just have them like kit up and meet us here in whatever time?
I mean, maybe I don't know what they have. We'd have to send word and try to figure out what we're working with. And then of course Ukror, see what I have left there. So however you guys usually send your messages, I'd like to do that. Send word to both of Medcon and Ukror.
Well, Nicholas has sending, and I have, I look at my scout regiment. I have these guys.
I mean, we also may need to, depending on what we need to talk to Chaldril too.
You want to
Pretty
just
sure they're organized to do it for us.
You want to just have everyone meet up in Chaldril, and then we'll have them march on Orzur?
Is that where we want to come from?
Well,
Who
I was
controls
thinking.
that tower?
Well, I was thinking everyone's on the war map, right?
Yeah.
I was
Exactly.
thinking we pool our forces around here and here, and then advance on Orzur from two sides. Maybe even
Yeah.
across the valley.
I mean, and Chaldril is a good central point to have people go to.
Exactly.
We'll just need to send word to all of them. So Nicholas, you have the means to do that. I leave that to you.
Mute myself.
So, you are sending a message to have the troops be rallied and make their way to Orzur, correct?
Yeah.
Chaldril.
Yeah, Chaldril. We're going to be meeting up at Chaldril to move
Meeting
towards
at
Orzur.
Chaldril. Gotcha. Alright, so you will be having your armies moving to Chaldril, and where is the party going? Also Chaldril?
Yeah, we have to meet up with
Yeah.
them after we send word of, having our supplies and everything else ready and prepared and at hand.
Excellent. So, you all make your way there, and, given time, the troops gather. It takes a day or two for travel, but you all have found yourselves within Chaldril, your troops at your side, prepared for war.
Oh, Dante,
Yes?
let me see that jar again.
Sure.
Alright. And I attempt to summon some burning oil again.
You summon some flammable oil.
Okay. Alright. I want to put this in like a little bottle that I can put on my belt. But the opening is big enough for me to fit an arrowhead into it. How?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I mean, you'll have to get the secondary containers, but the NBD. You're in
Okay.
tall rail.
Okay.
Yep.
And I'm gonna test that actually. I pull out an arrow, dip it into the oil, and I snap my fingers over it.
All right. So, question: regular arrow or magic arrow?
This is a regular arrow.
Okay. Go ahead and make a wisdom check.
Wisdom, yeah. What was that again? A +2? Yes. Yes.
All right, as you give your fingers a snap, you're able to make some tiny sparks, but it's not catching. It's not doing exactly what you want.
I do it a bunch of times.
Given a decent enough length of time, yeah, you eventually get it.
Nice. Kinda.
To make fire arrows?
That's the idea.
Well, it should prove quite useful.
Yeah, if I can light them in a timely manner. Alright, and I give the jar back. That's me.
All right, and exactly how many troops do we have?
Steve?
Um,
I think Steve maybe.
Oh,
I don't
forgot
have
to
those
fucking-
numbers.
Hey guys, it's the time I forgot to hit push to talk again.
Oops.
Yes, you have all of your troops at your disposal. So, if I recall, about 2,000 from Dante's army, and the 200 or so that are mobile troops from Zax.
Got you.
What about cannons?
If you want to bring the cannons, they can certainly make. an
Unironically,
escape
let's
out
put the
here.
cannons under fucking Damaris' command. Considering it gives her something to do, and she does have experience with cannons and how to build them. So, if that makes sense.
It is true, pirate stuff.
Demer, you
True
cool with
facts.
this?
She is deafened. 1 second.
Why is she deafened?
He's really mad.
If you'd like to stop recording, I could maybe talk about it. Just she got frustrated and is dealing with that right now. Just
Am I pausing?
yeah.
Okay. And we're back.
So yes, everyone's making preparations, and and it makes sense to me if we just give command of the cannons and how we actually end up using them for something non-defensive for once to Damaris, since she's kind of the one who knows the most about cannons.
She is the pirate. She's going to understand these better.
Exactly.
She knows stuff intimately.
Yeah.
You cool with those? Okay.
Exactly how close are we going to need to... I mean, you're going to need to have your scouts go ahead, but we can move the troops towards the location, but definitely going to need to have scouts ahead, and
Yeah.
preferably not the shitty one.
Okay, I'll have well, none of them are particularly good, unless you have better ones that I don't know about.
I mean, I'm willing to send my scouts as well.
Okay, let's pool our resources here.
Sorry. Twi's mood is kind of shot from snapping.
All good.
Yeah. I don't know if she says she doesn't feel like she can play Demare right now.
So, call session or?
I think so. Yeah.
Call it session. That's okay.
More time to work on stuff next week.
And I just left the fucking call.
Yeah.
She's in a bad mood.
Yep.
Be like that.
Yeah, you can't just
He just wanted an
miraculously recover from
Yeah.
a bad mood, so...
Yeah.
Fortunately, I think it's
She
the
said she
same-
was holding it until Hunter made that comment during stuff, and then she couldn't anymore, so...
What comment?
That's about the freaking.
No, it was you
my
saying.
air.
You said when you said because some people are being impatient. That's
Yeah.
what set her off.
She was almost gonna be okay with everything, and then, yeah.
Okay, in my defense, it wasn't just her. But,
I mean, she was okay with... She was like, okay, we did
but
stuff, and then
let's-
we're doing more stuff, and then...
let's go ahead and end the video, I guess, or
I just asked that you reach out.
maybe
to talk
try to
please.
pick this up with next week's.
Yeah.
And promise,
We also
this is
ask,
the same
don't put
issue
this
that
in a
happened.
recording right now.
Yeah, don't.
Don't put this in.
Yeah, don't.
Obviously.
Yeah, don't
All right,
put
everybody-
in
I'll
interpersonal
badmouth
drama.
somebody.
Everybody,
Yeah.
shut. Everybody, just complete silence. 1 second. Just complete silence. Well, since no one's in the mood to continue here, I guess we'll go ahead and bring it into the session. We'll pick this up next week. Sorry for the shorter episode this week, or you know what? Screw it. I'm
having some trouble.
Shut up, Alexa.
Alexa in the
Alexa,
background.
bitch.
We're all having trouble. I'm just gonna make this one big long episode, kind of like I've been doing. No big deal. But we'll see you guys next week. Unless we're still doing the 2-a-week thing, I don't know.
I mean, we're probably... I have plans to play for next week. We got to get a couple of sessions forward. Like...
I meant episode-wise. I don't know if we're still doing the 2 episodes a week thing or what, but anyway.
We'll find out.
We'll discuss that. We'll catch you guys
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Next time on D-Ender.